Number 12. Lion City. Lovely Lion City, although known as Xicheng, needs to be seen to be believed. Ferocious felines decorate every inch of these underwater ruins, and with over 18,000 feet of sprawling submerged kingdom to explore. Lion City was once a flourishing capital of the Tang Dynasty, and is still dripping with finery after all these years. Built in 621 AD, Lion City's original architecture still stands, with 5 proud gates and towers dotting the perimeter. Unlike many others on this list, Lion City isn't hiding beneath the waves of the ocean. It's actually at the bottom of Qiandao Lake, 100 feet down, and you can explore it yourself. Why is Lion City sitting at the bottom of a lake? Astoundingly, it was flooded on purpose to make way for a new hydroelectric station. Number 11. Lemuria. Nicknamed Mu, the continent of Lemuria once dominated the vast reaches of the Pacific Ocean, and was populated by a race of telepathic gentle giants called Lemurians. The origins of Mu and what happened to it are the subject of speculation. Still, some think that it was the remains of a land bridge, or a remnant of the original Pangea that was eventually gobbled up by the waves. According to the stories, the colossal continent once stretched from Hawaii to Fiji, covering the remote reaches of Easter Island off the coast of Chile. 12,000 years ago, a massive earthquake shook and sunk Lemuria, but some of its inhabitants escaped and reportedly still live among us today. Societies like the Stell Group claim to be descended from the enlightened race, but there's no way to prove them right, or to prove them wrong. Number 10. Olus. The Minoans were an ancient civilization, and Olus was their crown jewel. That is, until it was swept underneath the sea. This city once housed 40,000 people and was a bustling metropolis. Unlike other sunken civilizations and cities, Olus might have gone out with a whimper instead of a bang, due to Crete's slow but steady crawl west. Much of the Cretan coast is evaporating into the ocean, reshaping the topography of this Greek island and casting more settlements, like Olus, under the waves. Number 9. Dwarka. Dwarka is what you get when old-fashioned folklore and mythology clash with scientific discovery. This sunken treasure was supposed to be the birthplace of Krishna, one of the pivotal Hindu gods, and was thought to be the stuff of legends. That is, until it was uncovered. While India's modern Dwarka sits high and dry, the ancient city of Hindu royalty is submerged in the Gulf of Cambay and is thought to be well over 9,000 years old. How did Krishna's old stomping ground land at the bottom of the sea? Dwarka was the flashpoint for plenty of god-sized throwdowns, including a brawl between Krishna and King Salva, the evil emperor who would challenge the god. Although their fight was the stuff of legends, Dwarka still remained above water until old-fashioned climate change raised the sea and swallowed the sacred city. Number 8. Port Royal. This modern-day Sodom was once nicknamed the wickedest city on Earth, and hosted all sorts of carnal and earthly delights. The party didn't stop in Jamaica's Port Royal until 1692, when a gigantic 7.5 magnitude earthquake shook it to its core, and sent it sliding down into the bottom of the Caribbean. Eyewitness accounts claim that the earth itself swallowed the hedonistic population of Port Royal, pirates, prostitutes, and bootleggers alike. We can only hope that they were all too blotto on Kill Devil rum, the poison of choice in Port Royal, to understand what was happening to them. Even the final resting place of Captain Morgan was decimated, with his grave slipping down to rest among the rubble that was Port Royal. Number 7. Contrère Guillaude. Welsh folklore spins a colorful tale of Contrère Guillaude, a legendary place brought to its knees by the negligence of one inebriated Prince Savinin, who didn't have enough sense to close the damn gate. As one story goes, Contrère Guillaude was protected by a massive dike that kept the sea at bay and her residents high and dry. One night, Sathinin, drunk as a skunk after a night of chasing women and slamming shots, forgot to shut the dike. The sea stormed and the entire kingdom was lost to the Atlantic. Another tale leaves Sathinin out entirely, blaming the sunken city on an overflowing fairy well and an absent-minded priestess. Whatever the tale, nobody has seen hide or hair or contraire Guilot in centuries. Number 6. Atlit Yam. Atlit Yam is one of the best relics we have from the Neolithic Age, a period nearly 9,000 years ago when agriculture was first starting to catch on with people, and today it lies about a half a mile off Israel's Levantine coast. The Christian faith speculates that Atlit Yam was one of the many cities and towns lost in Noah's epic flood. And it's true that this preserved bit of underwater history more than likely fell victim to a tsunami or glacial disaster. After all, plenty of geological events have happened in the intervening years between Atlit Yam's zenith and now. Whatever happened, some of the townsfolk were wise to it and cleared out quick, leaving files of fish behind. Was Atlit Yam's demise the result of a tsunami caused by Mount Etna's explosion? Since its discovery in the late 1980s, scientists have been searching for a clue. Number 5. Mahabalipuram. India's Mahabalipuram is one of the most well-known lost cities thought to be the stuff of childhood stories. Until the 2004 tsunami peeled back the ocean and revealed parts of the sunken city before furiously rushing back up and decimating the land. Mahabalipuram sits 26 feet below the waves, making it one of the more shallow sunken cities on the list. But don't let its proximity to the surface fool you. This metropolis is bursting with surprises and lore. The city is ancient, destroyed in a massive flood somewhere between 13,000 and 10,000 BCE, making its ruins a valuable insight into the past. Today, researchers and anthropologists scramble to uncover the story of Mahabalipuram, separating fact from folklore. Number 4. Fuxian Lake. Welcome to the most fascinating city without a name. The ancient ruins of Fuxian Lake could be thousands of years old and belong to a civilization that we have yet to identify. Although archaeologists first thought the mystery city was Yuyuin, they quickly realized that the enigmatic underwater metropolis was made of stone instead of clay, which was Yuyuin's trademark. Now researchers are working on another angle. They believe that the submerged ruins in the Fuxian Lake are actually remnants of the Dian Kingdom, a 2,000-year-old civilization of nomadic metalworking tribes. If this is true, Fuxian Lake could be ground zero for a discovery mission about the mysterious Dian and open up clues to how their misunderstood civilization operated. Number 3. Pavlopetri. Pavlopetri's original name was washed away when the city sank 5,000 years ago. Archaeologists understand that it was part of the Minoan Empire, but not much else about this mysterious submerged place. Speculatively, it was lost during an ancient earthquake, which sent the city skidding into the Mediterranean Sea and presumably slaughtered her population. Pavlopetri was a Bronze Age city, and her residents most likely worked with their hands to create beautiful pieces of art. Excavations are conducted all the time in the ruins, searching for bits of the past, fantastic treasures that haven't seen the light of day in thousands of years. Even everyday items like earthenware or tools give us a slight glimpse into what life must have been like for these ancient people. Unfortunately, the serenity of these ruins is threatened by the modern-day traffic of Vitika Bay, where big ships belch up pollution and rock the water with thunderous waves. Number 2. Heraklion. Known as the Lost City of Cleopatra, Heraklion, also known as Tanis, is one of Egypt's more incredible treasures, a relic of Cleopatra's tumultuous reign and a remnant of ancient times. Although nobody knows exactly when Heraklion succumbed to the ocean, most people think it was around 1600 years ago, likely due to a tsunami or earthquake. Magnificent artifacts have been pulled up from the ruins of Heraklion, such as a 2,000-year-old statue of Cleopatra herself, a sphinx, and plenty of remnants of day-to-day Egyptian life under the infamous queen. Divers have come across some booty as well in the form of bronze coins and figurines crusted with jewels and gold, leaving no doubt that Heraklion was a baller place in its heyday. Number 1. Atlantis. Atlantis, the most famous of all lost cities. The legendary underwater realm rumored to be tucked somewhere near the Strait of Gibraltar, although the jury is really out on exactly where this ancient empire's final watery resting place is. Atlantis was once the homeland of a great civilization, whose contributions to the arts, learning, philosophy, and science were unmatched. Over time, the Atlanteans became egotistical and cruel, and angered the gods, who sent an earthquake to crumble and sink their treasured island, sending it plummeting to the depths and straight into folklore. Was Atlantis real? Possibly. Both Plato and the Egyptians reference a lost civilization shaken to its core by an earthquake of epic proportions. One thing is for sure, it remains one of the biggest oceanic mysteries of our time. Thanks for watching. Would you rather have the telepathic power of a Lemurian or be able to fly? Let us know in the comment section below.